In the world of hip-hop, certain patterns became so common that many stopped questioning them. One of the most controversial examples is the practice known as checking in, a kind of unofficial tax that many argue operates as glorified extortion. The group most frequently associated with enforcing it has long been the Rollin 60s Crips.
It's been rumors that LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah. Wow. Because, everybody be checking in.
But not every artist has submitted to that expectation. Some resisted outright, from Rick Ross holding his ground.
Ain't no checks getting cut. Ain't never no checks getting cut. Well, I don't play those games. Okay. I consider that extortion. We don't play like that.
To MC Hammer confronting street figures who underestimated him.
So basically he came at Hammer like, hey man, it's LA and everything, man, and things can happen, you know what I'm saying? You need to holler at me, man, you know what I'm saying? Holler at me for protection. Hammer said, protection for what? See, man, I got 12 bodyguards out there. For 5 of them straight killers. You know what I'm saying? So, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't need no protection.
There have been moments when the Rollin 60s attempted to pressure the wrong individuals. The name that surfaces repeatedly in conversations about check-ins is Big U. At one point, he and several members of the Rollin 60s Crips were taken into custody, and among the allegations surrounding him was the charge of extortion.
Gene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, to further his own criminal enterprise. An enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human COVID fraud, and other felonies.
Big U, known as a leading figure within the Rollin 60s, spoke openly about the expectation that rappers should check in when arriving in Los Angeles. He expressed this viewpoint many times, insisting that artists who wanted to move safely through the city were obligated to make themselves known.
But other dudes do got to, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. Just imagine this though, if another crew pull up in you guys' area and they ain't checked in with none of y'all, you gonna feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
There are also clips of him warning about possible repercussions for those who refused, statements that fueled speculation about whether numerous robberies, assaults, and even the deaths of rappers who didn't check in were connected to him. For example, long-standing rumors suggested Big U was somehow linked to the murder of PNB Rock during a robbery in Los Angeles. In one interview, when the subject came up, Big U described how he himself checks in when traveling, an answer many interpreted as implying that PNB Rock should have followed the same protocol.
We in LA. When I go to Chicago, I respect Chicago wholeheartedly. I check in. When I go to Atlanta, I check in. And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry.
Another artist frequently mentioned in discussions involving Big U is Nipsey Hussle. Many observers believe Big U had a role in Nipsey's death, referencing a documented feud between the two. According to people familiar with their history, one suggested motive was Nipsey's refusal to keep paying Big U for so-called protection.
Everybody know Big U and Nipsey had an argument, homie. Everybody know Big U was shaking Nipsey Hussle down, making him pay protection fee, sorta. Nipsey Hussle got smart and say, I don't wanna pay you $20,000 a month no more. And Nipsey Hussle come up dead. He lost his protection, and the hood killed him. We all know this, homie.
Another explanation points to Nipsey's rapid rise. Despite Big U's street influence, Nipsey's presence commanded enormous attention.
Wasn't nobody screaming Big U till he had to get the little homie out the way. It was Nip, Nip, Nip. It wasn't you, Big U. Big U ain't in the hood when Nip come through the hood. The little homies ain't looking at Big U, they looking at Nip, cuz.
And in gang culture, no one is supposed to overshadow the collective. To some, that alone made Nipsey a target.
Yeah, Nip was getting bigger than the set, cuz. And don't nobody get bigger than the set is what I was told. So they killed that.
Although not every rapper encountered extortion from the Rollin 60s, plenty of stories circulated claiming that under Big U's influence, the set allegedly engaged in it more aggressively than others. Some artists lost their lives as a result, others narrowly escaped, and a select few did not bend at all. One example involves Pop Smoke. On a podcast, Hassan Campbell discussed how extortion crews track rappers' locations from villas to hotels to private rentals.
You gotta check in. On the West Coast, they more disciplined than we are. When you step, they know the hotels, the villas, everywhere you go.
He claimed Pop Smoke failed to check in with the individual who expected it, leading to the break-in at a rented home, a tragedy that ended his life.
Pop Smoke didn't check in, so he got checked out. It's just that simple. They knew he was there.
Rest in peace, Pop.
Hassan also expressed genuine respect for Pop Smoke, noting that Pop refused to submit to anyone. The outcome, however, was devastating.
Whatever Pop Smoke was claiming, he wasn't checking in. And I respect him for not checking in. I just hate the way he had to go out, man.
Another artist who didn't fall in line was Nas. Snoop Dogg once explained that the first time he met Nas was in Gardena, a Crip-controlled area Snoop and his crew were hanging out when a white van arrived. Nas stepped out dressed entirely in red.
First time I met Nasty Nas, I was in Gardena.
And that's a Crip neighborhood.
Yeah, shotguns. And I was out there hanging tough with my homeboy. A white van pulls up, and it got like about 15, 16 people in it. All of a sudden the door open. Oh, some dude jump out. He got on all red.
Snoop recalled that his crew reacted instantly, pulling weapons until he stopped them and identified the newcomer. That's Nas.
Homies is like, they finna draw down on him. I'm like, hold on, cuz, that's the rapper from New York. That's Nasty Nas, cuz.
Nas approached calmly, and Snoop warned him that in Los Angeles, wearing all red or all blue can get someone in trouble fast because each neighborhood has different affiliations.
And he shake my hand, I'm like, it's a pleasure to meet you, but let me let you know. When you ever in LA, don't ever jump out with no red or no blue on, because you don't know what neighborhood you in, loved one.
Nas's boldness demonstrated he wasn't concerned about where he was or about checking in. But according to some accounts, that confidence may have sparked consequences. There were rumors that Nas's home was later invaded, though there were no major injuries.
Okay, Nas got his house broken into. 2 criminals went to the rear door, broke the glass, and kicked that in.
Another artist whose story intersects with gang politics is Eminem. During the early 2000s, he collaborated with the Booyah Tribe on the track 911. This collaboration carried far more weight than a standard musical partnership. The Booyah Tribe was deeply connected to Los Angeles Samoan gangs.
Y'all got some gangster coming this Saturday, man.
What?
Anyone familiar with the Sons of Samoa knew their reputation, typically calm but capable of explosive and violent retaliation when crossed.
Did you catch this? 100%. Samoan. Lift up your shirt, bro. Lift up your shirt. Lift up your shirt. Show your tap. Look at that. Samoan.
Years later, the Booyah Tribe's nephew Manja explained that his uncles weren't just musicians. They also served as security for Eminem.
And didn't they do security for Eminem a little bit when M used to come out to the West Coast? Is that correct?
Yeah.
According to him, Eminem was being extorted by Los Angeles Crips.
He was getting extorted by some Crips.
Who, Paul Rosenberg was,
Or
or
Eminem was getting extorted by some Crips.
The Booyah Tribe intervened, offering protection, and in exchange, secured their feature on the track.
A few phone calls were made, and then that's how the feature came up.
This connection may explain why Eminem never appeared intimidated by Suge Knight. For example, during the filming of 50 Cent's In Da Club video, someone shouted that Suge Knight had arrived. Panic rippled through the set as Suge entered with about 30 men, reportedly members of a Mexican gang.
Always respected Eminem, 50 that was with us. So Suge came, he had some Mexican. We from New York. You ain't never seen a with a tattoo on his forehead.
But Eminem, who was present during the chaos, didn't back down.
This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, oh, man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real 50 outside. What's up?
There was also an incident at the Source Awards. Due to unusual security rules, bodyguards were seated separately from artists.
They had it set up. The bodyguards could not sit with their artists. You had to stand off to the side.
Eminem ended up surrounded by a group of men in red shirts, signaling blood affiliation.
And M was cut off on his way to his seat, and all these guys in red shirts surrounded him. And I'm looking at M's face, and I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, shit.
His former bodyguard, Big Naz, realized the danger and ran across the venue to reach him. He later stated it was obvious these individuals were there on Suga's behalf. Yet, many insiders believe Suge would have faced severe retaliation had he tried anything, given Eminem's alliance with Samoan gangs. Forces even Suge was careful not to provoke.
You see all these guys talking about death row, death row, death row, death row. So by this time I cut in, I step in front of M, I push the guys back. I'm like, yo, what the going on here, man? I was like, death row, what does it got to do with him? He said, hey man, Suge sent him a message.
Another figure who firmly stood his ground was MC Hammer. While known for his flashy outfits and dance-driven hits, behind the scenes, Hammer was deeply connected in the streets and surrounded by serious individuals.
I was like, what's up? Suge Knight's scared of you. Suge Knight's scared of you. Like, man, I don't give a f***. And then everyone I talked to, they was, man, is Suge really this, really that? I was like,
but when
I'm Samoan, man. I don't give a f***. I don't care. You King Kong, you Godzilla, you gonna get your ass.
A singer from his crew, Benito, recalled an incident after an LA event. While Hammer's team prepared to leave, Michael Concepcion, a major figure and original Crip founder, approached and asked to speak with him.
That goddamn MC Hammer, very serious about beef. Y'all laugh and y'all joke about Hammer. No. MC Hammer was there. Approached me. He was like, Red, I'm gonna tell you something, you young, but I don't allow nobody talking about my mama. You understand me? I said, yes, sir.
Michael offered protection during Hammer's stay in Los Angeles, warning that unpredictable things could happen.
Oh, his entourage was something like I never seen in my life. Like it was literally
100 people.
More than 100 people.
Hammer questioned why he would need outside protection when he traveled with 12 bodyguards, some of whom were known to be dangerous in their own right.
It's this dude in his wheelchair and about 4 or 5 dudes with him, hanging out. I know they Crips because my cousins are all Crips in LA. So I'm like, there's some gangbangers.
Michael pressed the issue, insisting Hammer stay cautious.
Hey, I want to holler at you for a minute, Hammer. Now, the thing is, Mike already knew who Hammer was because they did the video. We were on the same gang before. So basically, he came with Hammer like, hey, man, it's LA and everything, man, and things can happen, you know what I'm saying? You to holler at me, man, you know what I'm saying? Holler at me for protection.
Hammer's response didn't sit well with him, and tension escalated.
To holler at me, man, you know what I'm saying? Holler at me for protection. Hammer said, protection for what? See, man, I got 12 bodyguards out there, and 4 or 5 of them straight killers. You know what I'm saying? So, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't need no protection.
But Hammer diffused the situation, making it clear that a single phone call from him could end the conflict altogether. The next day, Michael returned to apologize, an acknowledgement of Hammer's influence.
He said, holler at me, man, if you don't, something could happen to you, whatever. He said, what you trying to say? He said, you go ahead and, take care of that and everything will be cool. He said, to start strangling me.
Another example involves Snoop Dogg. After his rise to fame, some members of the Long Beach Crips felt he wasn't doing enough for the neighborhood. They claimed he continued using their name without giving back. One individual, Flossie, said a homie had opened a new restaurant and hoped Snoop would invest or at least give the place some visibility on social media.
And Hammer, our people looking like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to move. Hammer, hey, what's up? He said, hey man, it's like this. I'll make one phone call and all this will go away.
According to Flossie, Snoop dismissed the request, treating it as though they were seeking free money instead of genuine support.
My homeboy Kenneth had
a little soul food restaurant, you know what I'm saying? And I was hanging around, and the homies was hanging up there until this was beginning to be the spot.
Rumors then spread that Snoop had been banned from his old neighborhood. Supposedly, he arrived with several security vehicles, but was turned away, with claims that the set no longer considered him one of their own.
Hearing all this sidebar chatter that Snoop, and I'm reading texts back and forth with Snoop to the homies, and he talking to homies like we peasants or something, like he gonna make the world think always depend on him for money.
Snoop later released a video denying all of it, calling the claims fabricated stories from bitter individuals, upset that he was mentoring new talent rather than associating with them. Many in Long Beach supported him, noting that without Snoop, the city wouldn't enjoy the recognition it has today. To them, the controversy was driven mainly by jealousy.
50 years old. You can't get a job, cuz? You mad at me, cuz? Because I won't help you no more? Because I can't do nothing to help you no more? Because I'm focused on helping out the kids, but mad and jealous at me because of what I'm doing, trying to blemish my name and my character?
Some artists, however, were not able to avoid extortion. Rick Ross was one of them. The gangster disciples publicly issued threats toward him, posting videos on YouTube and escalating the feud aggressively. At one point, Ross was even shot at in South Florida.
Snoop had been away from the city, but at the same time, he also gave back in many ways. But you know, you always gonna have haters when you popping.
Yeah.
You don't have. I mean, if you don't have haters, you're not popping.
I don't know about these shit, but you know, and he was doing for the youth. He been doing, his football league been around, but people don't look at it like
his football league done got mothers so happy and sons out the hood.
He real for that because he grown himself. He had to work for what he got right now and all that, you know. So for another man to say they ain't give him not no handouts out here, we grown out here too.
If it wasn't for him,
so any say Snoop can't go back to the hood and all that, they're a lie. You feel me? Because Snoop got money.
The conflict centered around Ross's song BMF, where he rapped, "I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover." Kevin Clayton, also known as OGKK, a well-connected figure within the GD network, felt Ross had no right to use Larry Hoover's name without permission.
I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover.
On October 29, 2012, OGKK retaliated with a video declaring that Ross was banned from Georgia.
This announcement right here, straight to the point. This straight at Rick Ross, the whole Maybach music. Real talk. Hey Rick, straight up, you know what you did first time we gave you a pass on the Larry Hoover Big Meech song. You were supposed to took care of some business you didn't take care of. You know who you need to tune into.
The video spread widely and Ross eventually addressed the controversy. At the time, he was touring the country with MMG, promoting an album and performing in sold-out venues. Shortly after the threat, however, Ross announced that the remaining shows, including stops in North Carolina where more GD threats had surfaced, were canceled. Most assumed Ross was scared, prompting him to explain publicly that the cancellation had nothing to do with the gangster disciples.
Canceled the rest of the tour due to the promoter wasn't really handling his business, you know what I'm saying? He canceled a date of mine. I was going to Tucson, Arizona. Okay. So I just felt like there was some power that I needed to take away from homie, so I canceled the rest of the dates. And never was it due to any threats. You know, I'm a certified man. I am a real boss. So don't never get it twisted. Ricky Rose is a boss. I'm certified worldwide. I could put 1,000 gangsters in any hood. Pull up the footage of me walking out in Chicago on the stage with the chinchilla dragging on the floor. You let me know if that's the swagger of somebody that's in fear they life.
Nonetheless, questions remained. Later, Ross was nearly killed while driving through Fort Lauderdale during his birthday. A car pulled up beside his Rolls Royce and opened fire. Ross accelerated, lost control, and crashed into an apartment building, but he and his passengers survived. And authorities asked him for details, but he gave no statements. The case stayed unsolved, though many believe the GD conflict played a role. Years later, a testimony by an Atlanta GD member suggested Ross paid millions to make the problem go away. Returning to those who refused to bow, Waka Flocka faced his own confrontation. During a video shoot with Gucci Mane, a man approached shouting insults.
What's happening? I'm here. What's happening? I'm here.
bro. I'm not studying. I'm Gucci, you cool.
Waka had apparently angered locals, and footage showed the man approaching with others dressed in Crip blue. The situation looked close to erupting into violence.
Bro, we gotta duck this out there, bro. I don't want to hear that, nigga. I'm the one that beat you, nigga. I'm the one that beat you. Yeah, I'm the one that beat you, nigga. You know what? I need to go west side to the bullet, nigga. This square, we out here eating, bro. We out here eating, bro.
Crip shit, man.
This shit way bigger than this, bro.
But Waka remained unfazed. Even after the confrontation, the same individuals continued targeting him.
He got the black eye on there. You feel me? This the black eye I put on him. I put the black eye on the bitch. You feel me? You see it? Waka Flocka, he's a bitch. You feel me? Hold on. We can't have this. We can't have this nigga in our store. You feel me?
Another similar clash involved Spider Lock and his associates confronting Lil Wayne's security. Lil Wayne had appeared on a remix where he was believed to have dissed the Crips.
And he had a lyric that said, "Suwu gang, if you ain't with that, you from the food chain." I'm thinking about school, the ocean, and you know what you find in the ocean. I thought he was sneak dissing.
According to Spider Lock, Wayne visited the studio where Spider Lock worked, and instead of a private conversation, the situation escalated when many people gathered.
Came to shoot a video with T-Pain, and instead of me getting an opportunity to approach him one-on-one, I ended up being with a large group of individuals.
A confrontation seemed imminent until police sirens scattered the crowd.
They were leaving, and when we encountered the SUVs, we kind of approached the SUVs with intentions to do quite a few things. I think we heard one siren off in the distance, and that's all it took. We was out of there.
And this wasn't the last threat Wayne faced from Crip members.
Black Diamond. G, close that door, G. Hey, Wayne. Wayne. What's up, kid? I'm Big Magic, kid. What's up? Hey, you better check in. Magic, nigga. Ain't say I'm gangster, nigga. Straight up, nigga. Chris, nigga. Straight up.
Finally, there is Charleston White, who openly rejected the idea of checking in. He stated openly that Los Angeles had claimed more rapper lives than any city in the country, often due to conflicts revolving around check-ins.
LA done killed more rappers than any city in America. LA is known for killing rappers. Rappers should run from LA.
He argued that rappers should avoid Los Angeles altogether, calling the check-in culture nothing more than intimidation disguised as tradition.
I'm a black man in America, and I swear up and down as a black man that the white man is holding me down. His systematic institutional racism is keeping me down, his mass incarceration. When I flip the coin over, I got a doing the same thing to me. I got a saying, if I come to this white man's city that he live in, I gotta come check in.
Because of his outspoken stance, many gang members despised him. Some even announced he was banned from entering Los Angeles. Charleston responded not by backing down, but by doubling his criticism on live streams, taunting his opponents even more.